I bet you think big goals are amazing. You've been told to dream big, reach for the stars, and if you think it, you can be it. Well, I'm going to tell you something controversial today. I think maybe you should be looking at some minimums. Let's jump in and find out why minimums can get you to your maximum. I believe in a minimum daily expectation. When you take your vitamins, they say your minimum daily allowance is you need to have this much vitamin C and this much. As we learn more about mental health and what we learn as our energy levels change, our attitude levels certainly change, but we need to be able to celebrate a minimum. Now, we don't want to just hit a minimum every day, but sometimes we just need to get started with a minimum. And let me give you an example of that. Sometimes you have to gamify it too, but like a minimum daily expectation might be every day, no matter what, you're going to post one thing on your Facebook profile and you're going to write one email or you're going to listen to 10 minutes of a training, like a minimum daily expectation. One of those needs to be potentially income producing. One of those probably needs to be like framework building while you're new. And one of those could be training while you're in a course. Minimum daily expectation. Now, here's the secret. The secret is once you meet your minimums, sometimes you have a momentum and you keep going. You do a second post or you message a couple of people or you record an audio. But the key is, especially if you have a full-time job and families and any kind of mental health or any kind of weather, you have to be okay with stopping at your minimum on some days. And instead of beating yourself up about what you should be doing, you should be able to say, I did that. I did my minimum today. Now I'm going to go watch season 2 of Bridgerton and I'm going to be okay with that because I worked my minimum business today. Does that make sense? Sometimes you have to do that. Here's what happens. We have this shame spiral that when you skip it a few days, then you say, I'm so behind. It's not working for me. I'll never catch up. I can't do this. I can't give it the 4 hours. We have this all or nothing mentality. I can't give it the 4 hours a day it deserves, so I might as well quit. And we sabotage ourselves. When really, if we meet our minimums on the daily and hit a momentum 1 or 2 days, your progress will astound you. It will astound you. I do this in every area of my life. I play games with myself. I have to self-manage like a toddler. I mentioned that I am neurodivergent. I also very busy, have a lot of things going on, and I work at home. So I have home chores as well as 3 rescue animals. Those were the kids' ideas, and now the kids are gone, and somehow I still have the animals. That's so unfair. But anyway, and then I have a teen coming and going, and my husband still travels 80% of the time. I don't know about you guys, but there's something about the dishwasher that just defeats me. Like it's never done. The dishwasher is never completely finished. It's always in a stage of unfinished. So the other day I was standing at the sink and I put my coffee cup in the sink and I just looked at the dishwasher, which was clean and open because to remind me that I needed to do it. And I just looked at it. You guys know. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to do the dishes. I just want to finish my coffee and go in the other room. And I did this. I have to play games with myself. And I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let my coffee was brewing at the Keurig or something. I don't remember. Anyway, I had approximately a minute and I knew it. And I said, okay, I'm just going to pull the coffee mugs out of the top rack and put those away. And I'm going to be okay with that. I'm just going to do the coffee mugs. That's all. There were 4, I think. So I grabbed them all in 2 hands because, I'm not making 2 trips. Grabbed them all in 2 hands and I head over there and hung up. And then I went back to get my coffee. And then I looked and then I thought, you know what? There's only 2 bowls in there. While I'm here, I'm just going to go put my bowls. You see what happened? Guess what? Within 3 minutes, the whole dishwasher was empty. Then I really hate looking at a sink full of dishes because I'm like, why are people so lazy that we can't if the dishwasher's empty? So then I did that and it was 4 minutes and I was done. And I was so proud of myself, but I would have been okay with just the coffee mugs. That was my minimum expectation. And I would have been okay with that. So I think what you have to do is set aside some time and say, okay, on my business, what's my minimum? What's my minimum going to look like? And then be okay celebrating it. Back when I did sales, my minimum was like 5 notes a day. It's before everything was electronic. I would do 5 postcards a day or 5 samples a day or 5 forms of communication a day. Sometimes that turned into 15 or 20, but I just had to start with the 5 a day. So I want you to set a minimum daily expectation. That's still better than 98% of the population is what I want you to understand. I'm not telling you to be satisfied with minimums, but I am telling you that if you set some minimums and train yourself to meet those minimums, that sometimes you'll hit some momentum and some maximums too. I want to hear what came up for you. What minimum daily expectations do you think will be super useful, super doable, and easy for you to celebrate? Again, it doesn't have to be every day that you only do your minimums, but I think with the motivation and the momentum that comes from those minimums, you're going to see results even better. Next up, I want you to click on the video that appears, and I want you to go ahead and watch why everything we need to know about productivity we learned from Laura Ingalls Wilder. Yep, what a pioneer woman can teach us about our business, our bank account, our body, and our life. I'll see you there.